Hello, testing, 1, 2. Hello, test, test. Test, test. Okay, I'm not on air. Okay. I'm not going live, right? Like they can't hear me. Okay, testing, 1, 2. Just checking out the microphone here, see how things are. We have Canada and the USA getting ready, or starting the semifinal for the U15 division here at the IIJL World U15 Championship in Messena, New York. I'm Steven Stamp, very pleased to be bringing you this, and I am going to just get things rolling. We had a little trouble getting the sound going. We thought we had it, we didn't have it. We are ready to roll. So USA with possession, setting up in the offensive zone. Here's a drive to the net by Billette. Canada's starting goaltender is Garrett Thompson. He makes the splits to make that save. We'll go back up the other way, and Cole Wilson is between the pipes for the U.S. These teams did play earlier in the day, about 5 hours ago. The U.S. pulling out a 1-goal victory in that game. Now they meet again because the Haudenosaunee went undefeated in both divisions, actually. They're straight on to the finals. Canada and the U.S. will meet in both semifinals. The winner of this game advances to the championship game tomorrow, and the loser of this game will take the bronze medal. Here is Peyton Booth. He's going to move it across to the far side, and that is Forrest Billette. Billette, I've been hearing, has been tremendous in this tournament, but that ball gets away from the U.S. Canada will go the other way. Liam Lutza on the run, hands it off there, and Matthew Drimmie. Tight checking by Bryce Privateer. Canada setting up, come over to the near side, and Trey Stewart tries to feed it through on the pick and roll. It's a pretty nice play, but Matthew Drimmie just lost his footing for a moment, and the U.S. will come away with it. Again, I'm Steven Stamp. This is the IIJL World U15s. Privateer all the way to the net, drifts one to the far corner, just over the top of the crossbar. Canada breaking out the other way. Alexander Long takes the outlet pass. Evans all over him. That's Stone Evans. Right out on top. Aggressive D here by some of the U.S. players. Now they're going to settle into a bit more of a house. Stewart left it there for Gavin Woodridge. Oh, and Woolridge gets it across to the far side, and what a rip. Canada gets the first goal of the game. I believe that was Gabriel Young ripping that one in. Yeah, Young just reaching around the defender to find the far side just inside the post. Kristen Tomic in to take the face-off for the U.S. And on the other side, Tyler Francis Renner taking the draws for Canada. Violation on Francis Renner, and the U.S. will get possession, try and even things up. Booth ducks underneath his man. Pass down low, and there's a little bit of space. Nice closing defense there from Ty Ingram. Forcing the U.S. to continue searching for a spot to shoot. There's some room. That shot wide, though, from Taylor. Grady Taylor, the captain of this club, gets it back. They're down to 9 on the shot clock. Booth is going to rip one right into the belly pad. No problem there for Thompson. Canada will head back into the offensive zone. 4 15-minute quarters here. Drimmie trotting down and then just lobs it back to Stewart. Drimmie tries to hit the cutter. That floats through, and they're going to call a possession foul as Stewart was ridden to the ground. Trey Stewart wearing the captain's C and needing to get his jersey fixed a little, and ridden up the padding in the back. Was all caught up. He's going to get Drimmy to help him out, get that straightened out. It is not getting very straight. He's just going to go with the hunchback for now, and when he gets back to the bench, he'll get that fixed up by the coaching staff, which is Jason Tassé, the head coach, Brett Paris, and Clancy Almas helping out. A little sidearm bouncer, nice shot going high, dropping the head of the stick, changing the plane, and Drimmy finds a hole past the feet of Cole Wilson. 2-0, Canada jumps out ahead. The one thing Michael O'Brien said, the head coach of the U.S. said before the game was, even though they won the first game, didn't like their discipline. They took too many penalties. Canada went 5 for 7 on the power play. And here they are, 1 for 1. Face-off violation. Tyler Francis Renner thought he was good to go. He thought he was okay and had the possession being awarded, but instead goes the other way. Vanderweel hands it off there to Stone Evans. Evans, a bit of a check on the back there from Jacob Kiazik. Shot bounces off the goaltender, actually gets out of bounds without getting the goaltender, and it will be Canada possession. Early lead for them. The other thing O'Brien said was they didn't come out very well. They didn't play too intensely, didn't start very well. They're hoping to get a better start. They have not, because we're almost 5 minutes in and they're down 2-0, but how quickly can they turn things around and get back in? There's a rip, that's not going to help as Trey Stewart just bounces off the check, spins, knew exactly where he was and rips one high and just inside the post. 3-0, Canada up quickly. Less than 5 minutes gone. Thanks for joining us here from Messena, New York on Lacrosse Sports Network. I'm Stephen Stamp, pleased to be bringing you this IIJL World U15s. Tomic and Francis Renner once again at the dot. It's popped out, snagged there by Sean Grogan. Or sorry, that is JP Charpentier. He moves it ahead quickly. And here comes the offense booth. Watched by Liam Lusa. Pick coming. Lusa gets by it. They switch. Pretty nice defense on the two-man game there by Canada. There's a big pick. Nice job establishing what will be allowed. That's going to go apparently. That shot from the outside, not too much trouble for Garrett Thompson. It did seem to slightly handcuff him and roll away, but nobody near for the rebound, and here comes Lusa. Lusa gets bumped. Again, Nathan Suddy coming way out, and now Smith. It's Caden Smith out there, so a lot of pressure. The U.S. club really coming out high on defense to start possessions, trying to force Canada into an error early on, and then they settle into their D a little bit more as we get deep into the possession. Just 7 to go here on the shot clock. Ari Stainhouse will rip one. Nice save. It's going to go straight back to Stainhouse, though. He navigates away from Suddy. Oh, Suddy stays with him. Stainhouse still under some pressure. Ducks under the check, goes back the other way, and eventually does give it up. And here comes Blake Mason. He hands it off immediately to Stewart. Gets it back. Drimmy. There's Stainhouse down in the corner. That shot doesn't get through us in the final couple of seconds of the shot clock, trying to just force it onto the net. Didn't get there. Here comes the U.S. Braden Kuzma. If you're looking at the rosters online, I think Braden Kuzma listed as 6, but he's wearing 50. Here's Evans. Stone Evans sees a lane, but is taken away. That was just swallowed up by Thompson. Outlet for Canada. Gets away from him. Is there time? Yeah, he's got time. Liam McPolin will just track it down. Stays calm, looks for the man off the bench. I stayed a bit calmer. He did quite well there. Jacob Janke. Again, U15 players here. Some young guns showing a lot of talent out on the floor. Oh, through the double team, but then, and he scores. Unbelievable. Gavin Woolridge looked like he had lost his balance and maybe the ball, but he managed to get enough on to just bounce that one high to low. He's a big kid. So you can see he just fights off the one check. The second checker comes, and he's hit in the side. It may have actually helped him a little through the angle off as Woolridge just fights his way through. Somehow finds a hole. It's 4-0, and we're going to have a timeout for the U.S. Michael O'Brien wants to talk to his team. His assistant coaches, Joe Smith and Scott Singer. Stay with us tonight. The second semifinal here at the tournament will be on at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Once again, Canada and the U.S. That is the U17 group. We're here in Messena, New York, at the St. Lawrence Sports Complex. There is the U.S. club, Michael O'Brien. That is not the start he was looking for when he said he wanted a faster start. Again, a one-goal game between these teams earlier in the day. There's Jason Tasse having a chat with his club. This U15 group has really been something. They started out the tournament yesterday with an overtime game. Haudenosaunee down in the U.S., or that was Thursday. Yesterday, the Haudenosaunee taking out Canada, which meant they go straight to the final, which rendered today's earlier U.S.-Canada game just a preparation for this one. But in a tournament where you're only getting to play, you only play a few games. It's a quick thing. It's a development program. It's all about getting better, working together, development, growing the game, growing this group, getting lots of reps. You're not wasting anything, so they were working hard this morning, and hence the exciting one-goal game with some intensity. Putting his foot in the ground and spinning is Francis Renner to eventually come up with possession off the faceoff, hands it to Ari Steinhaus. Possession call off ball as Gabriel Young had just taken that pass. And now there's going to be a illegal substitution, officially the call, too many men call against Canada. That will be served by Matthew Drimmie. U.S. have a little chat about how they're going to start things off, and eventually they do pick the ball up. Booth starts with it. Moving around the outside for the time being. Cutter goes through the middle. Booth is just going to let it rip, and oh, what a good decision. That is a high-to-high laser. He saw his spot and a beautiful dead overhand. You can see as he accepts the pass, Booth just sees a bit of space, gets a slight pick through the middle, saw his chance, and that was enough for him to just step into on Peyton Booth with a rip. Power play goal for the U.S. puts them on the board, pulls them within 4-1 as we're past the midway point here in the first quarter. 4 or 5 players battling for it. Canada comes away with a nice pickup by Walter Zabransky, but pressure all over him. The U.S. gets it. Here's Andrews on the run. He is 1 against 3. Now 1 on 5. He is going to pull it out. Looked like he was thinking about going to the net. Probably wisely didn't. Hits the cutter. Attempted shot, maybe a bit rushed by, I believe that was Ryan Paddleford. Lucha into the offensive zone, hands it off. Stewart to the far side to Steinhaus. Got away from him, but he did recover. Woolridge gets it back to Stewart. Stewart trying to drive to the net. Sturdy D there. And the stop there by Aiden Heath, or Cole Wilson. I'm going to get that straight. Forrest Billette tries to feed through. That was knocked aside. It did land with the U.S. player, and they're going to get the rebound. Fresh 30, and going to apply some pressure once again. The U.S. just swarming around the crease. Every time there's a shot, they are looking for loose balls. We're going to be, oh, it's going to be a high sticking call. I thought we were just going to have an illegal pick. A little overzealous, but it's actually a high sticking call to Billette. That's going to put Canada back on the power play. Blake Mason will be starting with the ball for Canada up top as they go strong left. They've got Drimmy at the shooter spot, and Trace Stewart is down low on the far side. Ari Stainhouse is low. There's a quick shot, the bounce comes out, but it gets away from Jacob Janke. It's still loose, and it's gonna roll straight to Stainhouse. Fresh 30 for Canada on the possession. Privateer up top on the penalty kill, it looks like. Along with, oh, there's a shot blocked out front by Alexander. Good job, Sam Alexander, getting in the way of that one and soaking it. And a 30-second call made by the official, and now they're going to call the reset. I think it was reset when it shouldn't have been, so the ref had the count. Calls it here as Taylor gets by his man, sees a bit of some white. Now he's going to the net, just taken away. Nice check by Zabransky. Zabransky gets it back, makes an outlet pass, doesn't connect with Long, so he's going to slow things down. They're 2-on-3, 2-on-4, so he wisely tosses it up top. Lets Drimmy set up. Canada's still on the power play. Got Alexander and Tomic. Sorry, Alexander and Tomasco were the low men. Sorry, and then the outside rip, another one for Canada. Another power play goal, another outside shot, finding the mark. See, it's really just a matter of stepping into it. The U.S. on the penalty kill, not able to get out and apply pressure. Canadian forwards taking advantage, using the U.S. defenders as a screen when they do get out there. That was Ari Stainhouse, son, of course, of the legendary NLL great Mark Stainhouse. That's over and back now if you go back. That might not have been. Definitely now. He established himself one towards the net. Stone Evans, that's over. He spun nicely, pirouetted to get clear of the check, but his foot just touched down behind the line. Francis Renner successfully navigates the pressure, gets it off to Woolridge. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The rip from the outside. That one stopped as Gabriel Young couldn't find a spot. Nice save by Wilson. Here comes the U.S. Just checking. There's still a penalty up on the board, but I think it should have come off, and it does. Now the fifth U.S. runner comes out. Booth, the far side. There's some space for Grogan. Rips it just a little bit wide. Great grab off the backboards by Phoenix Houlihan. Early candidate for the all-name team here at the World U15s. Houlihan hands it off. Drimmy. And now, oh, the clock I think may have been stopped for a bit because we're at 3:52 right now, and we're at just around 4 minutes as the ball was heading up the other end for that U.S. possession. So I think we may be taking a little time off the clock. 5-1 the score for Canada, as you can see. And we'll let you know how much time is left in the quarter as soon as we can. I'm Stephen Stamp. This is the IIJL World U15s in Messena. Back underway, and we're just rolling at 3:52. We're now down to 3:45. Canada. Janke looked for the shot pass out top to get the shot, but it's wide. Just 3 seconds left on the shot clock. The U.S. can just muck it, and they do so effectively, get possession. Things getting a little feisty as Janke just wants to get back to the bench. He is hustling. Gotta love those wheels running to the bench to get the defenders out. Vanderweel. These are for Stone Evans. It's a pretty good name too. Phoenix is Phoenix, but Stone Evans is good. Paddleford passed it off. Looking for a shot, slipping off the check. Oh, that's a nice shot. Not a lot of power from Sean Grogan, but perfectly placed. Took the momentum from a bit of a check to drift across and just float. That shot in, you can see, gets the check, runs across to the far side, gets that little push, and use that to keep his momentum going to the left and shoot back across the grain, against the grain across his body, and finds his spot just inside the post. 3:06 to go here in the first quarter. Caden Smith taking that draw. It looked like he thought he had it as he pulled out on the rake, but just didn't, was not in the stick, so Canada winds up with possession. Janke, across to Stewart. Canada waiting to finish up their changes. High toss over to Stainhouse. 8 on the shot clock as Canada took a long time getting ready. There's Stewart with the shot that's wide, and it's up out of play. It'll be U.S. possession. JP Charpentier leaves it for Booth. It's everything I got in me not to let the Canadian come out and say Charpentier. Oh, what a cut. Booth on the crease. Nice save. Great pass from Billette. The U.S. finding a little gap in the Canadian defense. Booth across to Billette. Comes for the pick. It's a little slip. There's a shot. That's right in the belly pad. That's not going to get it done. Alexander Long leaves it there for Jimmy. Young had it loaded up. He was ready to rip, but the shot wasn't there when the ball arrived. U.S. with the turnover. Alexander running. He's got a man ahead. That might have been a force. There's a nice save. Oh, great job pouncing on the rebound by Garrett Thompson. Seeing the nature of U15 lacrosse with some terrific plays, excellent talent, maybe a couple of decisions that kids would like to have back. Good game here so far. The U.S. definitely trying to get back in, but that won't help as they just leave Jacob Janke all alone on top of the crease, makes the catch. But one thing that I've had a few coaches tell me is you always have a little more time than you think. Sometimes players try and force that. Watch the patience that Janke has on this play. He's going to catch this pass. Nobody near him. He gets the push. He just waits as the goaltender's coming out to try and take away that pass, which he kind of had to do. Janke left all alone. Smart play. Nice touch to make it 6-2 Canada. 1:18 to go here in the first quarter. Gabriel Young just swoops in. Oh, and they're calling over him back, and that's a mistake. That's not over him back. He had not established himself towards the other net. He hadn't gone through one zone. But the U.S. will be the beneficiaries. So can Stone Evans take advantage? Hands it off to Booth there. Sean Grogan again, and again through traffic. He is unfazed by contact and finds a spot. Accurate shooter under pressure. And the cool thing to see about this is a box across goal. The U.S. box system is really coming on. You can see the pressure, you can see the checking right on top of him. And he just absorbs, finds his spot, and tucks it home. 6-3, U.S. creeping back in with 51 to go here in the first quarter. Tomic and Francis Renner once again for the faceoff. A lot of feet down there. The ball is down and scooped up. Nice grab to rake it out of there by Lutza. Big swap by Alexander, no call. Lutza changes pace, keeps moving, comes back. Alexander loves to lay the lumber. Here comes Canada with 26 on the game clock, just 13 now on the shot clock, about a 10-second difference. Stewart runs through the check, makes the pass, but it gets away from Young. U.S. gets it. They've got 15 seconds. They're going to try and push the pace. Charpentier got a trailer, gets it to him. Nice job finding Billette. He hits Grogan. Oh, that bouncer almost found the top of the net. 2 seconds to go. He's just going to rip it. Some late pressure from the U.S. They've crept back in a little bit. It's 6-3 Canada over the U.S. through one quarter here at the U15 World Championship in Messena. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes. cool to be south of the border, actually kind of east of the border from as we head up into the upstate New York area a bit. Tomic looked like he had it, but he was flattened, but Sam Alexander comes away with it. Wrap check knocked loose, but nice job by Peyton Booth, to swoop in and grab that. He handed it off. Here's Grogan. It's a nice pick from Paddleford. Stone Evans runs across the top. Oh, he was ready to shoot, and he was drilled as he did so. Ball bounces out. There's going to be a penalty coming. A high sticking call to Liam Lutza. So if we can catch that one again. All right. Looks like Lutza just got a little high. So power play US. Evans down in the corner. That's Grady Taylor, the captain, over the righty shooter spot. Peyton Booth at the top. Paddleford here, he gets the ball. They've got Grogan on the near side, who's been so dangerous. Booth can shoot from up top. He's looking for it, but they open the space. Oh, what a rip by Taylor. Bar down. The US is on a bit of a roll here at 6-4 with the power play marker. And this is just a beauty. You can see how the Canadian players respect the shot of Booth up top. It's going to come back to him. You see both the players at the top, that especially you've got Liam McPolin drifting across, really noticing how well he can shoot at the top. There he comes. That leaves all kinds of space. Tough for the lower defender to rotate up in time. Alexander just seems to be all over the ball and all over the floor. Gets that ball, passes over to Tramasco. Takes a big cross check on the hip from Francis Renner. There's a chance for the US, gets away, and Canada off to the races. Lutza, he's got a man off the bench. Hits him, oh no he doesn't, it's just behind Drimmy. And it's snagged there. The US sprinting the other way. Privateer shot, oh they score! Sorry, the pass by Privateer. They find Forrest Billette right on top of the crease. Thompson got a bit of it, but not enough to keep it out as it just dribbles across the line. Look at that pass. Threading the needle, Billette, nice job to get the shot off. And then one of the keys here, staying out of the crease, because as the ball hits the tender and takes its time rolling across, you gotta stay out till it's over the line. US is within one. This is the kind of comeback they had last game, the kind of comeback they were looking for after a slow start, and now the kind of comeback they have. Tomic pulled that one out, but everybody all over him, and eventually it's Zabransky coming away with the ball. Gritty defender, pulls it out. Yazik gets it ahead to Young. Gabriel Young taking his time as his teammates come out. He looks up to Stewart at the top. Drimmy. Blake Mason caught over along the boards. Way on the outside, they got 60. Oh, and Stewart to the middle, shoots, just misses. He is flattened after the shot. Drimmy will just roll it into the corner, get some defenders out. He didn't have time to get a shot on net. Smart play. He didn't have time to go for a reset. So might as well get your defenders out. Some high pressure from Ryan Swanson. Way up at their straining line. Paddleford. Swanson's down on the floor, gets up. Booth down low. Oh, nice drive to the net and the goal. Boy, this US team is looking good. Nice finish by Grady Taylor, dancing atop the crease. Gets Thompson thinking low. Look at that pass and just this quick cut underneath. What a change of direction. Stays clear of the crease, tucks it home. That's a beauty. Now Canada's going to take a timeout after this run of success from the US team. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more from the U15 World Championship here on Lac Sports Network. top left. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe Canada actually held a 5-1 lead at one point. The U.S. has stormed back. We are 6-6 with 12:27 to go in the first half of this semifinal. Remember, the winner of this goes on to a gold medal match with the Haudenosaunee, and the loser is done for the weekend and going home with bronze medals, which they do not want. Nothing wrong with a bronze medal, but not what you're looking for. So I guess there's something wrong with it. Young. Thought about going to Janke. Changes his mind. This is Drimmy getting a little pick. Reverse whip shovel pass. Gets away from Young after it went off the boards. Still some time for Canada if they can get it back. We're going to have a loose ball foul called on Canada, and the U.S. will go into the offensive zone. Not a lot of pressure, so Gray to Masco. Just lob it ahead. Oh, it gets away from the American player. Then it got away from Alexander Long, but he did recover and will run through a checking into the offensive zone. Canada patiently setting up. Stewart gets a pick. Got the man in the middle, nicely picked up by the U.S. He's going to run to the back boards. 8 on the shot clock. Still controlling the ball and gets a shot. Nice lane to shoot from, but just missed the net. Sean Grogan. Paddleford hands it off. Booth removes it quickly. Good ball movement. Here's Grogan. Canada staying with them. Nice team defense. Paddleford was knocked down but popped back up. They got 7 to shoot. That one's from way downtown by Booth. Misses. Here comes Canada with some space. Whoa, quick change for the U.S. Apparently not too quick. Shot by the far foot. It gets through, but not to the net, not to the goal line. Went off the inside of the back foot. Now the U.S. the other way. Oh, and Booth just had to wait a moment for that pass to arrive from Tomasco, and that may have given Thompson a chance to set himself up and take it away. Interference illegal pick by the U.S. So Canada gets a chance. Now they run the length of the floor. Oh, just missing. Got a little steep on the high to low. That was Drimmy off the bench. Nice pass and good shooting chance. Oh, and there's going to be a penalty behind the play, and not a smart one. Just nowhere near the play, just running a guy over from behind with Sam Alexander. Here we have a look at it. It's going to be on the bottom left of your screen, actually bottom center. You can see right here, just no call for it. It's not helping you even. So Canada goes to the power play to try and retake the lead. Blake Mason at the top of the power play again. Janke tries to hit the cutting Stewart. He does get it off the floor after it was knocked down by the U.S. defender Andrews. Stewart up top to Drimmy. Stainhouse around the screen. Shot it wide. It gets up out of play. U.S. will get possession. Braden Kuzma quickly passes it ahead. Here's Tomasco. Caden Williams running through some traffic. 12 on the shot clock as Paddleford takes it. Two-man game with Williams. Big pick, and then Williams blows a tire. The shoe is on the turf. That's almost through. It's right underneath. Actually caught up in the leg pad of Thompson. Here comes Canada the other way. They've still got 1:10 on the power play. 9:10 to go here in the second quarter. I'm Steven Stamp. This is 2015 or 2021 U15 World Championship action. Trying to make the feed through the center. Didn't get anywhere. It's grabbed by Wilson. Long outlet pass. Can Privateer. He'll get there first. Bobbles it a bit and it just rolls straight out. Scooped up by Mason, who'd raced all the way back. In transition defense. See if he's got the gas to go and run the power play. He does. I'd be on the bench looking for oxygen if I just ran one length of the floor and then back up the other way. But these guys are much younger and have much more energy than I do. The pass gets through to Stewart. He tries the bounce pass, doesn't work. And the U.S. is going to go the other way. Were they looking? He had somebody running up looking for a pass. It was Caden Smith. But Andrews didn't force it. Stone Evans wanted the pass up ahead, but still 5 on the penalty, and then the U.S. will be back to even strength. Stone Evans smartly takes a look up. He's going to hit the man coming off the bench, and that was really early. He was on the floor accepting the pass while the player was just stepping out of the penalty box. But no call, so we will continue. Outlet pass to Jaron Crosby. Drimmy to pick from Woolridge. All kinds of pressure in the U.S. pushing out 3 players up, way up high. As it gets late in the shot clock, they just jump out to take away chances for Canada. Grabbed there by JP Charpentier. Nice little underhand shovel up to Alexander. No, he's not. I thought he was going to stay, but he's heading to the box for a change. Here's Paddleford. Grady Taylor tried to feed one through. It doesn't get there. Does wind up, though, with a chance for Tayden Williams. It went wide, and then the 30 will run out on the U.S. 6:45 to go here. And we have had a dearth of scoring since the U.S. evened things up at 6-6. There's a chance right in the crease, though, and finish. What a beautiful play. Tic-tac-toe passing. Just tapping it home with Blake Mason. Wait till you see this one in slow motion. I think you need to really appreciate the finer points. Look at this one. Pressure up high, they rip it down. What a quick pass and an even quicker shot. I think it was Janke making the pass. Double check on that one. What a nice play for Canada. Yes, it was Janke that got it across to Blake Mason. So beautiful play. 7-6 Canada, 6:37 to play in the second quarter. Nobody's ripping this one out. Finally, Tomic able to. Oh, Tomasco gets himself into trouble and steps over him back. I was wondering why that one was off the face-off and over him back. He had, I thought, he pretty clearly established himself heading towards the Canadian net. Drimmy tries to pull one down and get by Tommy DeWitt, and DeWitt was having none of it. Big, solid cross-check. Now he races out on Stewart. Stewart gets the shot off. That one's stopped, though. Wilson definitely finding his rhythm. They've got the man way ahead, and that's going to be an illegal substitution on the U.S. And they're pointing, saying, no, no, no. And the ref is pointing to the spot where the player coming off was. So power play, Canada, they lead 7-6 with 6:03 to play. Mason once again at the top as Canada again goes strong left. Drimmy at the shooter spot on the left side, Stewart down low. Ari Steinhaus at the shooter on the right side. And Jacob Janke is down low. Had to stop things for a moment as the U.S. didn't have a player in the penalty box. They do now. It's Braden Kuzma. That rip is stopped. Looks like Smith and Privateer up top on the penalty kill for the U.S. Down low as usual, Sam Alexander and Gray Tomasco. That's going to be an over and back on the shot that bounced off the backboards. No call necessary as Canada never played the ball and went to the U.S. anyway. We start up. Hard low pass to Paddleford. Nice catch. Grogan, just Evans. Booth along the boards. Lots of pressure from Canada. Trey Stewart back on the PK defense. Nice scoop by Matthew Drimmie. A couple forwards back there. Two of the lefties had gone back in transition defense and stayed. Now they're just going to stay up for the offensive set. Mason takes the ball again at the top. 15 to go in the shot clock. Just under a minute in the penalty. Steenhouse. Sidearm rip. Oh my, that was in and out in a heartbeat. Trey Stewart, both his parents, very high-level lacrosse players and coaches, and you can see he is getting a lot from them. It's actually pretty fun to watch Trey Stewart. I've been seeing this guy at games for years and years. He's just been an absolute lax rat at the gyms, at the rinks, watching the games. And you can see it is paying off big time with that hard sidearm bomb. And the U.S. is going to make a little change in between the pipes as Aiden Haight will come in for Cole Wilson. So Haight step in, loses his glove, but grabs it back. 4:50 to go here in the second quarter. It's 8-6 Canada after a pair of goals in the last couple of minutes. Extended face-off battle between Tomic and Francis Renner. And the U.S. Canada's going to get possession. Fans do not like that one. That will be the call, and Canada goes to the offensive zone. Janke over to Young. Penalty coming to the U.S. Stick getting a little wayward by Tomasco. A long run to the bench for Garrett Thompson. He makes it. Canada gets a sixth attacker out. They've got 8 on the shot clock. Here's Steenhouse, 3 on the shot clock. He's just going to let one rip, try and get a reset. Oh! Ray Tomasco just took that one, a rip right to the beam. Oh, sorry, that was GP Charpentier. Ear hold him. Tough kid, he just pops up. We're going to take another look, and you can see it's going to come in a moment as Steenhouse. There's the penalty right there. That's one thing. Michael O'Brien, I mean, coaches always want to avoid penalties, but they just felt they gave Canada way too many chances, and they need to tidy up on the PK because Canada 5 for 7 in the earlier game. They've already done some damage. Steenhouse, sidearm rip again around the defender. Clearly a plan for the Canadians. It's going to be an over and back. Steenhouse, step back a bit. Oh, nice pass off the crossbar. Great setup by Caden Smith and Taylor. Glorious chance. Grady Taylor just pinged it off the iron. Bottom side too, just almost another quarter-inch down. That one's going in. You guys still killing a penalty here. 1:27 to go. 3:33 in the first half. Vanderweel. Max Vanderweel. 5 seconds. You can go ahead to the net. Flop it out. Billette will take a shot. Garrett Thompson took a look behind him. It was not there. Canada's okay. 1:05 left to go on the power play. Got away from Mason. Canada again strong left. Take the same group. Lots of room for Stewart, but that one's blocked by the defender charging out. I think it might have been Kuzma that got in the way of that one for the Soap. Outlet pass. May have been a bit of a force trying to find Privateer up. And it's going to be turned over to Canada. Mason slowing things down. Canada had to wait to get a 5th attacker out. It's Ari Steenhouse back up to Mason. Feeds it through to Drimmie. Bouncer. Nice job tracking that one by Aiden Haight. Fresh 30 for Canada. We're into the final 2:15 of the period. 7 seconds left on the power play. That shot knocked aside. Ball still on the floor, and eventually it is scooped up. Here's an outlet pass. The penalty's over. They can go ahead and shoot if they get a chance. Tomasco goes to the net. Stopped. Nice save by Thompson. Ball loose in the corner. Oh, Tomasco thought he had it. He kind of ran past it. And that's a interesting play. Luta just kind of flicked it into space. And then they're trying to, they had to beat the 10-second count to get over center. it was getting close, so they just rip it up the floor, goes to blue, and the U.S. comes back the other way. Tomic hands it off to Paddleford. Stone Evans. Nice pass through. Thompson stops that, but another great chance. The U.S. creating all kinds of opportunities in on the crease. Canadian defense to tighten up a little bit. Francis Renner up for an offensive shift. Not a ton, but he is playing some offense. Lobs it far side to Stewart. Gabriel Young tried to set a pick and was actually absolutely blown up by the defender. He is back up and he's ready to set another one. They tried to get the feed on the roll. He was looking for feed, but instead it's Francis Renner with the shot. That does go off the U.S. player and up out of play, so it's Canada's possession in a fresh 30. 43 seconds, no clock still running. Yeah, here we go. Stewart, lots of space, you can't give him that much, but it was blocked. Great active stick there by Peyton Booth. Back on a defensive shift. Back door, wide open was Francis Renner, but he missed on the quick stick. Oh, big hit. Might have been an elbow creeping up on that one. The U.S. with 18 seconds, they've got a chance. It's too high. Nice try by Suddy, but he just floated that pass a little bit high for Billette. 10 seconds left. U.S. gets it. Shovel pass. Nice catch. Billette gets a shot. Had to get what he could there. He actually probably had a bit more time. There's a rip from Evans. Oh, gets past. Hit the hand of Thompson. Rolls past. Almost got into it. Thompson dives onto it. What a flurry of activity. An exciting end to the second quarter. We are at halftime. It is 8-6 for Canada over the U.S. I'm Steven Stamp. This is the IIJL 2021 World U15 Lacrosse Championship in Messena, New York on Lacrosse Sports Network. We'll see you in 10 minutes. All right, we are ready to roll here with quarter number 3 at the semifinal of the 2021 IIJL World U15 Lacrosse Championship here on Lacrosse Sports Network. I'm Steven Stamp, bringing you the game. Pleased to have you with me. Got a little delay as the refs weren't here. The teams were out. Everyone's ready to roll. Just shows you can't have a game without the refs. Our thanks to them for putting in the time and being here calling the games. Booth. It's Peyton Booth. Taylor, a couple of fakes, hands it off to Booth. Low pass, Paddleford couldn't quite corral it. Here's a chance if he can get some space. Oh, nice hustle by Booth coming back. And Jacob Kiazik is in all kinds of trouble. A penalty called on the U.S. You're gonna say check from behind. It's a bit of a tough call. I mean, he did check him from behind, Caden Smith, but really looked like Kiazik was kind of spinning into that anyway. Yeah, you can see wasn't a lot of contact. You got to watch you can see the numbers. You got to be careful, but that's a tough one to take. Canada back to the power play. They lead 8-6. Canada goes strong. Oh no, they are strong left. They were just tricking me by having somebody drift around behind the net. It was Drimmy. He takes the pass and gets the shot off. It is stopped though by Aiden Haight, who came in the second quarter for the U.S. Billette. This is Stone Evans. Evans still with it, gets to the far side, Paddleford. Had to go to one knee to take the pass back to Stone Evans. He eludes 2 defenders and gets his own rebound off the shot off the leg pad of Garrett Thompson. And there's a check from behind. That's got to be called. The hand went up. I think it's just possession. And Michael O'Brien and his staff can't believe it. I'm not sure why that wasn't a call. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it'll work. So 1:07 left in the U.S. penalty. And Canada will go to the box. Oh, no, my mistake. That's a U.S. penalty on Billette. And Canada goes to the 5-on-3. So Canada's going to leave one man high as a safety valve. The outlet, that is going to be the alternate captain, Jacob Kiazik. Well, Drimmy will start with the ball. He's got Stewart as the other lefty, Stainhouse and Janke as the righties. Oh, this is a tough call. This is such a hard situation for the defenders. Good rotation so far by the U.S. You get to Stewart. He thought about ripping it. Comes back to Stainhouse. They take the man away down low. Oh, there's the man open on the crease. Somebody's going to be open, and the goalie's got to stop him, but that's an impossible task virtually there. As Drimmy all alone, a couple of fakes, just squeaks it past Aiden Haight. And they did, it looks like they did score during the first penalty, so Canada will remain on the power play, this time 5-on-4. 136 remaining, so huge for them to get that one before the first penalty expired. You can see on the replay just the U.S. rotating, and at some point somebody's going to be open in that 4-on-3. I was not sure what I'm talking about because I did just kind of assume that there's going to be a safety valve, an outlet player up at the top. Having the 5th attacker in a 5-on-3 doesn't actually help you. It's more of an impediment, most coaches feel. So you go 4-on-3, have somebody up top to avoid any over and back possibility. As you saw, it worked perfectly for Canada there. 9-6 now for Canada. 10 left on the shot clock as the U.S. doing a nice job killing some time here. Taylor had Booth with him. Williams just kind of backed into his man. They got 2 to get a shot. Williams made the pass, and he's pleading with him, why weren't you there? But they did kill the full 30, minute left in the penalty. Mason taking his time, setting up again, strong left for Canada. Drimmy finds Stewart. Nice job closing out. Good hustle by Nico Andrews to take away the chance, but now Stewart's going to rip one around the defender. Nice save by Haight. Andrews across center. They can kill all but 6 seconds of this penalty. Stone Evans along the boards. Nice cradle and gets it back from Booth. Got active hands, that low shot. A little bit early. I think they might have liked him to wait a bit, but Canada will get it. They've got 12 left. Will they be able to, oh, what pressure by Evans. Causes the turnover. He'll get the 10-second counter if nothing else. And that is U.S. possession. Now they're going to be able to kill it. And in 5 seconds, they'll come back even. Great hustle play by Stone Evans. Well, he's got the slick hands, but he's also got the grit to go with it. Here's Grogan. Gets underneath, all alone, falling. Lost his balance, was sliding to his knees. Still got the shot off. Probably not quite as much control as he wanted. It's turned aside by Thompson. Grogan gets it back again. Nice pick, but a good 2-man defense by Canada. Grogan hands it off. Here's Taylor going inside. Drifts one. Leg save. Kicked ahead. And coming up with it. Nice job by Liam Lutza. Stewart to Stainhouse, who was a bit behind him, and he was looking towards the net before he secured it, but he gets the shot off. Oh, nice job by Haight to jump on that rebound, because Jacob Janke was there ready to pounce. Booth takes it back from Billette. Isolation. Now Billette's going to come and set a pick. The roll not there. Good two-man defense. Here's Grogan. The man is there inside. He was already winding up to shoot just as Vanderweel came open. Or sorry, Paddleford, I believe. No, it was Vanderweel. 5 minutes into the third quarter here at the World U15s in the semifinal. That pass just a little bit too far, but it goes to Stewart. His shot does hit the goalie, so a fresh 30 for whoever gets it. It's knocked away from Young. Stewart trying to get it. The U.S. wants it over and back. It's not over and back. It was not. Oh, they are saying over and back. It was knocked over by a U.S. player. Leads directly to a scoring chance and a goal. And Canada cannot believe it. As Tommy DeWitt takes advantage of the wide open breakaway. Make it 9-7. Here's DeWitt. No fakes. He just rips that at a spot. Tomic and Francis Renner once again on the dot. Francis Renner with the clamp. Tomic tries to rip it out. It's Francis Renner coming away with it. Finds Long. Charpentier on him. Here's Drimmy. Mason at the top, hands it off. Stanhouse watched by Alexander. Pick, they switch, there's another pick. Good two-man D by the U.S. that time. And with 2 seconds left on the shot clock, Stanhouse has no little choice but to just rip one on net. The rebound swallowed up, covered by Haight, and here comes the U.S. A little pressure coming high as Ty Ingram was all the way up at center to try and force something. The U.S., good thing they were alert. Here's Evans. Paddleford passes off quickly. Gets away from Taylor. It's a hard skipper from Stone Evans. There were 6 left on the shot clock, so I think he felt he had to try and get something off, but Thompson saw that one the whole way. Stewart has it in one hand, lobs it back up. Mason. Oh, it bounced away. Nice job to get it back. Loose foul called in the U.S., so Canada gets a fresh 30. Stewart goes through the middle. Lane taken away nicely by Caden Smith. Well, the pass through doesn't quite connect. 3 blue jerseys converged on Jacob Janke, but he stepped in the crease anyway, and here comes the U.S. Kuzma handed off. Here's Peyton Booth. Trailer Grogan's got some space. Tries to step through a check. Good positioning there by Canada. Hard shot on the run, but it's wide. Booth's down to 5 seconds. He'll just let one rip. That's over the top of the net. Bounces out hard off the boards. Heads up play by Lutza. Just let the clock wind down as everyone cleared out. You got a free clear. Here's Grimmy. DeWitt all over him. There's a couple of quick players running around the floor there. The handoff by Grimmy gets away. That's going to be an over and back. Oh, that's a delay game. He gets away with it. The U.S. going to the net. Hard cross-hander. A little twister action by Alexander, but got steep on the high to low. Mason's down on the floor at one end. Meanwhile, the U.S. going the other way after the steal. Privateer pulls up, spins. What a play by Bryce Privateer. Heads up. That's what I was talking about earlier. You always have, or you usually have a little more time than you think. He just pulls up, patiently steps around the transition defender. And we're going to see this one coming into play there. You can see, spins. Nice little fake as he steps to his side, creating a bit of angle for himself. Great finish by Privateer. And let's take one more look. I was thinking he had the trailer to make the pass to, but he thought otherwise. And Well done, Bryce Privateer. 9-8. U.S. back within 1. All kinds of pressure on Lutza. Oh, great job. Just be aware of where the pressure was coming from, run away from it, get over center. Now he's going to go for a run along the boards. Watched by Charpentier. Nice job. Pressure by the U.S. forces the ball to be turned over. Andrews will hand it off, and having to slow it down is Vanderweel. Evans carries the ball a ton. Hands it off now. Big defensive check on the far side, sending Vanderweel to the ground. Taylor, not sure what he wants to do with it. He'll just hand it off to Stone Evans. Evans running through traffic. Sidearm rip, what a goal. Nice shot by Evans. And the celebration. He is fired up and playing to the crowd as he ties it 9-9 with 5:59 to go in the third quarter. Evans just forces his defender to lose contact. Such quick feet. Here we go, another look at it. You see the check is right there. Evans just takes a great angle. Defender not a great angle, and boom, the U.S. is open. Stone Evans, bounce shot, past the knee, just below the hip, right around that thigh spot. Very tough for the goalie. U.S. gets it back off the face-off. Trying to take the lead for the first time in maybe, I think, in the whole game. Grogan rips one and scores. They've done it. The U.S. is on fire, and Grogan immediately runs over. I love this, to see the U.S. players running over to the man who set the pick. Grogan scores, and he's going to celebrate to congratulate the guy who said it. Look at this pick. Is it to Delford? Opening things up. Love to see that team celebration. Double pick, opens some room. Grogan takes advantage. He's got at least 3 in this game, may have more. The U.S. has it again. Here's a chance for Smith. That was Caden Smith with the shot, Thompson with the stop. But swooping in to grab the loose ball is Peyton Booth. Canada's 5-on-1 here. They just stand and let the player come out with the ball. Surprised there was no pressure there. Now they're coming out trying to put some hits on it. DeWitt hands it off to Evans. 10 on the shot clock. He was looking at DeWitt, didn't think the lane was there. Then he feeds it through. I don't think that was intended for Vanderweel, but it got to him, and he had a great scoring chance, but just missed. Boy, the U.S. was down for the entire first half, sometimes by substantial margins. They crept back in. Now they're on a roll with a few straight goals. And all that pressure at the center line. And the ball just had to be lobbed ahead. Here's Tomic, dangled the ball left, and that's a turnover. And he's going to learn from that one as Galvin Woolridge just strips him, says, yeah, I will take that one if you're going to leave it out there. Woolridge, see, that's how you protect the ball. And Woolridge will hand it off. He's going for a break. He is tuckered after that work. A great effort by Woolridge. Drimming to no, it doesn't go to Stewart. Set up to Young. Now Stewart gets it. He's 1-on-1. Fights off, gets the shot. Oh, I thought it was wide, but it's off the goal. It won't matter as the U.S. the only team there looking for the rebound. And here comes Kuzma to Alexander. He hands it off to Grogan. Pressure up high from the Canadian defense. Darren Crosby all the way up by the restraining line. Here's Booth, 15 on the shot clock. 3:40 to go in the third quarter, 10-9. U.S. driving to the net, Booth. Oh, nice finish. That's a hard fake early, and then just a little roll shot underneath Thompson. The States go up 11-9. See, just getting underneath the defender, Canada way up high, everyone up high, leaving that underneath lane wide open. Booth has no problem ducking under there. What a shot though. Again, the hard sell on the fake shot. Young comes away with a possession for Canada. Immediate pressure from the U.S. He leaves it there. Young's looking shaken up. He's on the floor over by the penalty boxes, separated from his stick. There is a penalty coming to the U.S. A little overzealous on the pressure in that case. Mason. Canada's goalie is at the bench. They're just getting the sixth attacker, and they've got 5 seconds to shoot. Now, you can get a shot and a rebound and have a fresh 30, but that's not going to work out for Canada. So we'll take a look at what happened along the bench there. See it right in the change box, off the possession. There's Young, 71 with the ball. There's going to be a big scrum here, and he is rammed into the boards. And it's a major. So that means Canada has 5-minute man advantage here. They can score 2 goals on this major penalty. After that, if they do get the 2, then he still has to serve the rest, but they can put a player back out. Stewart grabs that loose ball off the rebound, gets away from Drimmy. Running way out on the D was Privateer. He gets back. Nice hustle and getting back into position. Here's Mason. Hard check on Janke as he tries to run through the middle. He's knocked up in the air and then landed. He's on the floor again. Janke taking a pounding, then takes a cross check in the back. They get the shot off from Stewart, stopped by Haight. Here comes the U.S. They've killed the first 30. Taylor taking his time. You can hear the fans behind us. Heavily U.S. influence, as you would expect here in New York. And they're saying, kill it. Don't rush in. You got time. Let's take 30 here. And then ideally, get a reset. Kill 30 more. Booth rips one, or just buried in the top corner. The Selly game is strong with this U.S. team, but what a rip by Booth late in the shot clock. Goes low to high. Oh, 12-9. The U.S. is on fire. You can see he's just got him in his face. The shot clock ticking down. They just lob it up to him. Canada slow to get out. It's hard to leave somebody that much space when you're on the man advantage. And it's getting late in the shot clock. You know he's got to be looking to shoot. 12-9. The U.S. has gone ahead. Ball pops out and they get possession. Nico Andrews going to be able to run over center. He needs some help. It's knocked loose. Oh, great job picking it up after a pop loose. He's running down. Still nobody in position to take a pass. Now Stone Evans trying to make himself available. Paddleford on the far side is able to take the pass. 12 on the shot clock. Nice effort there by Nico Andrews. 6 on the shot clock. Evans just rolls it down, 30 ends, and here comes Canada the other way. Successful kill of that possession by the U.S. Canada setting up. I think this major would be to Canada's advantage, but so far it's 1-0 for the U.S. on this 5-minute power play. Canada's down to 15 seconds on the shot clock. Drimmy takes it at the top. There's a chance out front. It's stopped. Canada gets it back as Ari Stainhouse pounced on the rebound. Still just under 3 on the penalty. Stewart picks up that loose ball off the rebound. Nice positioning by Bryce Kuzma. Braden Kuzma take away the scoring chance on the rebound pickup. Here's Stainhouse. Hard rip, another save, and there's Kuzma once again in the right spot to take that ball, and he's going to run it over center. See Ari Stainhouse take that shot. Just saw Jada Stainhouse, his sister, who I have been seeing at lacrosse games for years and years, and she was a preteen, actually. Honestly, one of the great people around this game. She's always done a great job taking care of her siblings. There's a bit of an overzealous pick by the U.S. and Canada will get it. Very active young woman. Great to see her. Stewart up top to Mason. And the quarter will end. The U.S. outscores Canada 1-0 on the first 2:59 of the 5-minute major. And they have outscored them a whole bunch lately. They're up 12-9. We're through 3 quarters. We'll be back with the 2021 IIJL World U15 Lacrosse Championship here on Lacrosse Sports Network. 6 straight goals from the United States have put them up 12-9 as we enter the final 15 minutes of this semifinal. Now, the one issue here, there was there we go. There was 2:01 left on the major, and it had ticked away in the 2-minute intermission, but it's back up. Canada has the man advantage. Can they get possession? Looked like the U.S. was going to get it first, and it will be the U.S. coming away with it as it's scooped up there by Greg Tomasco. He's looking for some help. Thought about passing to the man right by the bench. Probably a good idea not to give it to him. He wasn't sure if he was clear. Oh, it's knocked down as he tried to make the pass up high. Snagged there by Zabransky. He's going for a run. Jason Tassé was directing him away from the bench to clear out some space as they make some changes. Canada gets their power play out. 23 on the shot clock, 124 on the major. Unbelievable 6-0 run for the U.S. and 1-0 here on the 5-minute penalty. Jeremy to Stewart, he's got some room, goes down low. Oh, and just kind of toppling was Blake Mason. And the U.S. gets the ball, heads up in the offensive zone, Paddleford. Ryan Paddleford from a devoted lacrosse family. Good to see another of the Paddlefords up here. 5 on the shot clock. Taylor, I'm sure he realized he had a bit more time than oh, he gets the reset. Okay, did ping off of Thompson. And they get the ball back. Paddleford again falls to the floor, again pops up very quickly, ducks underneath his man. He is isolated, he's going to kill what he can. Now he's got some help coming from Williams. Fights free, great job eluding traffic. And the U.S. with 6 seconds on the shot clock might just be able to get another shot off here and go for a reset. It's going to stay in the crease. Oh, and Taylor had a chance actually, because I'm not sure Thompson knew where that ball was right away, but he was already turning back to go for a change. Heady play, but might have had an easy goal there if he'd been able to reach out and pick it up. Penalty has expired, and a rarity, the team shorthanded for 5 minutes outscored the team on the major power play. Here's Stewart just fighting off the check, hooking the stick underneath his arm. The fans want a holding call. It might have been Tomic, not just a face-off guy, playing some D, comes up with the ball, runs it into the offensive zone. Withstands a check there from Kiazik. Grogan gets under Kiazik. Paddleford. He's got some space, he'll rip it. That one's off the foot. It's up out of play, so fresh 30 for the U.S. They're just swarming every loose ball, every battle the U.S. has been winning lately. That one is up out of play, did not touch the goaltender, just straight off the U.S. stick, so it will go to Canada. They'll see if they can change the momentum, turn the tide of 6 straight goals from the U.S. Lutza gonna go for a drop behind the net, lobs it up top to Drimmy and will head to the bench. 5th attacker coming out. Canadian bench looked a little bit confused about who was going to go out. Eventually Ari Stainhouse does. It's going to be a fresh 30 for Canada as Gabriel Young picks it up. Looks like Trey Stewart is maybe a little banged up as he was down on the defensive end. Just maybe getting a little bit of attention to something. He's gradually, no, he is actually staying behind, I think. Oh, but there's a rip. Like Gabriel Young just finds himself a little bit of space. Rockets one in to get Canada back on the board and get things going a little bit in their direction. You see, nobody comes out at him. When the player does step towards him a little, he'll just take advantage of that as a screen. Shoulder shrug attempt by Hayes, but he missed it, and it is 12-10 for the U.S. with 11:18 to go in the 4th quarter. We have had one overtime game this weekend. The last game between these two teams was 1 goal. Hard to imagine it wouldn't be, but there's a chance for the U.S. Oh, nice twister attempt by Andrews, but Thompson just gets the shoulder on it. going for the far side top corner. Couldn't quite squeak it by. U.S. with a bit of a slow change. 17 on the shot clock as they're ready to roll. Here's Vanderweel. Williams pushed that pass across to Evans. He quickly moved it on. Quick ball movement by the U.S. Oh, and it almost led to an open man Taylor, but great stick by Lutza, who's been outstanding for Canada in this game. He goes to Stewart. He's gonna try and bull his way to the net. Goes to his offside and will pull it down. Still looking for the pass. Hits the last man, or the man coming off the bench. Didn't connect though, and they'll slow things down a little. Now they go to the back door. Great chance, but Janke just missed on the quick stick. U.S. picks up the loose ball. Sam Alexander slowing things down. Finds Paddleford, and he'll go for a change. Millette spins off a check, up to Booth. Paddleford. Hard rip, stopped by Thompson. Looks back behind him once again, but it's right between the legs. Here's Young. We're under 10 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. U17 teams are in their warm-up gear. You can see them down the ends of the rink, just checking things out. They're ready to come out for their 8 p.m. game. That's going to be an over and back. U.S. will get it. And that could be a delay of game, and it should be a delay of game. You got it. Yep, there we go. The trail official gets to the delay of game. You have to get out of the way. You can't even just stand there. You actually have to clear some space, but the Canadian player, Young, was actively getting in the way. You can see what happens. The ball is down. And Young just kind of ran over in front of the ball, and you really can't do it. That is not going to be tolerated. So the U.S. up 12-10 with 9:42 to go. Now they've got a power play. They go strong right as Taylor is up top. Takes it there from Booth, and Stone Evans is on the far side. He's the other righty. This is Paddleford and Grogan, the lefties. Try the little comer across the top. Illegal pick called on Taylor, and that's actually a penalty too. He rolled it away. Gets away with one though. So the U.S. will remain on the man advantage. Lutza, far corner. Stewart. Off to Stainhouse, 7 on the shot clock. Canada's got 1 player changed already. That shot with a couple seconds left in the shot clock, rebounds off the backboards. U.S. goes to the power play. Grogan. Paddleford leaves it up for Taylor. U.S. taking their time on this one. 10 on the shot clock. A lot of urgency to get to the net. Now here's a chance for Booth. Rips it and scores! You don't need much time when you can shoot it that hard and that accurately. As Peyton Booth just fires that ball. What a great shot. There was not a lot of space for him. Didn't need much. Look at this. Classic old school bar down. I think Garrett Thompson's saying he'd like a drink of water. I think they're saying no. I'm not sure I've ever seen a goalie denied a drink of water when he had a break for a bit. 8:32 to go. U.S. with a 13-10 lead and possession off the faceoff. Smith will rip one. Thompson stops it. Scooped up there by Zabransky. He moves it ahead, and Lutza will come into the offensive zone. Far side to Drimmy. Oh, what a great idea, but he was hit just as he was making that pass to a wide open Janke. Oh, here's a wide open break for Charpentier. Saved by Thompson. Doesn't know where it is, but his teammate's there to bail him out. It's scooped up and run forward by Ty Ingram. Thought he actually threw that pass, but it was just a fake. Now he'll leave it for Young. Young's rammed into the boards. Trey Stewart. Hard fake on top of the crease and just tucks one home. That comes from playing lacrosse, sticking the ball in your hands whole life, and just having that calm sense of presence as he cuts across the top of the crease, a couple of fakes, sees the hole, puts it home. 13-11, Canada back within 2. So Riston Tomic, Tyler Francis Renner. Francis Renner for Canada on your right in the white, and Tomic on the left in the blue. Francis Renner pulled it out but can't come up with it. The US player had it momentarily, but it's Canada coming away with it. Jacob Kiasek. Nice safe pass ahead to Zabransky. He gets one to the forwards, and Drimmy's just going to wait till everybody's out with him. Woolridge had a man all over, made the pass. There's an outside shot, kind of a soft little sidearm from Jacob Janke, and it just eludes Haight. I'm not sure Haight ever saw that shot. We'll see on the replay what may have been between them. See Janke up top. Yeah, he's shooting around the defender. Haight didn't react. It wasn't a hard shot, but just well placed. We've seen a few of those in this game. Accuracy overpowered, and it's 13-12, 7:10 to go. The U.S. was starting to feel pretty good after that 6-goal run, but Canada was coming back strong. A 3-1 stretch for them. Nico Andrews was ahead. They tried to get it to him, and it was knocked down. Great play there by Francis Renner, the faceoff guy. He's going to sprint up over center, withstands a check, and hands it off. Heads up play, Francis Renner. Young down to the corner to Stewart. It's a pick from Drimmy. The roll was there. It might not have been there. Young. Skip pass. Oh, Drimmy, what a move, and all alone and scores. And that's Andrews just over pursuing a little bit as he comes hard at Drimmy, who just pulls down the toe drag and is all alone. That is not a fair fight for the goalie when the player has anywhere he wants to shoot. For players this talented, for guys like me, that's pretty even, Steve. Oh, what a play by Drimmy. Just goes about thigh high. You can see it ripple the mesh just inside the post. And now a new faceoff man, Alexander Long, out for Canada. No Francis Renner on this one. And that's actually pretty easy for Tomic. And the U.S. has possession. We're all tied up, 13-13. 6.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. And this is just a semifinal. There's going to be a gold medal matchup to come tomorrow, which should be a dandy for whoever is able to go on and face the Haudenosaunee. No idea at this point who it's going to be. Williams, pressure, gets through it, forces a shot off with a second to go in the 30. Had to try and get something, and he did get the rebound, but it goes up out of play. And Canada takes possession. Lutza over center. Lutza still with it. Finds Janke. He goes down low, and here's Woolridge trying to fight through. Oh, gets it through to Stewart. What a pass and a catch. I didn't even think that the pass was available there, but they managed to connect. The shot was stopped, the ball's loose, and it's going to be a loose ball push in the back of the U.S., and Canada will get possession and a fresh 30. Stainhouse starts with it. That's an illegal pick, and the U.S. has a chance. Great change by Canada to try and take it away, but DeWitt all alone. He scored on one, he scores on another. Breakaways, 2 breakaways for DeWitt. What a finish. Tommy DeWitt has put the U.S. back in front. Great job on the restart. The U.S. seeing they had an advantage, and DeWitt, the smart play, saw they were getting possession, took off up the floor, so even with the good Canadian change, he was able to outrun the transition defensive coverage and tuck a little sidearm home. Tomic just swats it back, and it's grabbed there by Gray Tomasco. Ooh, gets away from Andrews, but nobody near him. The U.S. coach is calling Andrews off, saying, let's get a forward out. Good work. There's a dive to the net. Crease violation. Ball didn't go in anyway, but Canada will get possession. Francis Renner. run the ball up. 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. I'm Steven Stamp. This is the IIJL 2021 World U15 Lacrosse Championship on Lac Sports Network. Canada trying to even things up. Ari Stainhouse. All kinds of defensive pressure. He's rammed into the boards. The ball pops out, and it's scooped up. Here comes Privateer. He's made some tremendous plays. Had a goal earlier on a break-in pressure. That one, though, a little underhand shovel shot. Turned aside by Thompson. That was 1-on-3 and maybe not the shot you want to take. Boy, if it goes in, though, looks pretty good. Gabriel Young kind of adjusting his face mask as he was staring off with Charpentier. Charpentier knocks it loose. And that's going to be an off-ball push. And that's a tough break for Charpentier. It definitely was a loose ball check on Young. He just didn't realize the ball had popped out of Young's stick. Another bump on Young. Young's taking a rough ride lately. Coming down to the final 4 minutes. Penalty coming to the U.S. Another check on Young. The goalie's going to the bench. So Grimmy wisely steps back. Stewart comes on as the sixth attacker. Down low. Yankee behind the back shot by Drimmy after he took that pass. It is stopped. The U.S. picks up the loose ball and the rebound, so the penalty will be applied. Not sure if we have. Let's take a look. I think we might. It's Young. You can see 71 right there. He is going to take a big hit. Not sure at what point. No, I think it was before that. That's all right. Yeah, it was before that. It was pretty early, so it would have been tough to go back. So 14-13 U.S. with 3:45 to play, in Canada on the power play again, strong left, but this time they've got Drimmy up top. Gavin Woolridge is out there. He's the low man. They go up to Stewart. Stainhouse, little sidearm shot through the screen, but Kate was ready for it. And Sam Alexander just directing traffic, sending Tomasco up ahead. He'll just run things over himself. Over to Paddleford, 15 on the shot clock. As the U.S. is trying to kill this penalty. Peyton Booth heading to the bench. Stone Evans heading to the bench late in the shot clock. Heads up Lacrosse by the U.S. to get two of their forwards off so they can get some defenders out ready to face whatever Canada brings on the power play. Minute left in the penalty, 2:47 in the game. Well, in the fourth quarter. No idea if we're going to be going any extra here. Drimmy gets it back from Stewart. Steps in. Stewart's got some space. Too much, but the save by Haight goes straight back out to Stewart. Boy, a glorious chance. Nice stop. Stewart to Drimmy. He's got a bit of room. That one skips away. I think Ty Ingram was ready to shoot before he had it. The U.S. gets it. Here's Charpentier. Trots over center. Looks for someone from the bench and finds him in the form of Peyton Booth. 25 on the penalty. There's a 7-second differential. So they can't quite kill all of it. There's 12 now on the shot clock. They can kill a lot though. Probably enough to get it to the point where Canada won't really be comfortable. Oh, what a save as the U.S. creating shorthanded chances, and they get the ball back on the rebound. Great hustle by Williams to go and get it after the shot from Grady Taylor was stopped. And that'll kill the penalty. They come back to even strength, 1:41 to go. U.S. up by 1. Hard rip by Booth. Fresh 30 if they can get it, they will. Nobody around. Good job by Paddleford. I like that he looked to see how close center was. You don't want to pick that ball up and step over center and over and back, so he made sure he had room. You can let it roll over center and then get it. There's a chance for Peyton Booth. Foot save and a beauty by Garrett Thompson. Canada's going to get possession. That pass kind of handcuffed, and the U.S. will get it back. Little panic there by Canada. And Taden Williams takes advantage, gives it to Privateer. He's going to pass it off and go to the bench. One minute to play. Grogan to the far side. 13 on the shot clock for the U.S. I gotta tell you, I'm loving hearing the fans here saying, somebody go for a change. Get a defender back. That ball stays in play. Nice hustle by Drimmy to get there because there's a U.S. player bearing down. He'll step over center. throw ahead and head for a change. Timeout taken by Canada. You get one per half with 35.8 seconds to play. It is US 14, Canada 13. It all comes down to this final possession or two, depending if we get a reset. We're going to take a look at that last goal by the US that put them up 14-13. There it is, the breakaway again. Set up by Tommy DeWitt, taking off to get down the floor when the possession call was made. So he was down behind the Canadian defense. And a nice hard shot, I believe on his earlier shot, his earlier breakaway, he just shot. He just looked at the spot and ripped it. This time, he throws the fake like he's doing the same thing, pulls it back and has a little space just inside the post to tuck that one home. What a game. This is my first game here at the, well, I was here for watching some of the last game, but first game I've gotten to call here at the IIJL 2021 World U15 Lacrosse Championship. What a beauty. All these teams so closely matched. Remember, the US and the Haudenosaunee went to overtime 2 days ago in the opening game of the tournament. What a way to start that one. And I believe the score in that was 14-13, was it not? Yeah, we're getting general confirmation. Anyone else want to chime in? Was it 14-13, the overtime game 2 days ago? Yeah, confirmation. So we've got the same score here. US hoping that same score will be good for the win. Canada, of course, hoping they can get one and even things up here. They do have the extra attacker out. 6 forwards for Canada. Canada and Gabriel Young will be at the top of the set. Wow, Canada actually did only originally have 6 or 5 forwards out. Now they've got 6, and they started. I thought Young was going to ball up top. They actually started along the board. Stewart steps under, wide open shot. What a save! Aiden Haight makes the stop. The US has it. 25 seconds. They can kill the rest of this. Canada coming with pressure. They've got 6, and the US takes a timeout. Heads up by Michael O'Brien, screaming from the bench, give me a timeout. So there's 21.5 seconds on the game clock, 21 on the shot clock, which means they can kill all but a half a second. We're going to take a look at this huge save by Aiden Haight. Canada's going to great. Trey Stewart somehow just steps through traffic and is wide open all alone, and Haight doesn't blink. That's a big save. Here's a good view of it. You see the little up pick, actually a slip pick by Woolworths. There it is, the little up pick. Nice low shot, but the big save. So the pressure's on the US. Canada not putting their goalie in. They will go with 6 runners. Aiden Haight is already down in his net to our left. He is ready in case anything happens. So the US will have 5 runners. Canada's going to pressure the ball. Try and so double team the ball. Everyone else trying to lock off their man. Trying to get some pressure. The ideal for Canada is to push him back over center. Booth is close, but he gets away, eludes them. Big defensive push, 15 seconds. Booth down along the boards, gets away from the double team. They do have the empty net, so at some point if they want to, they can put it in, but no need, and you're better off just hanging on to it. Booth is going to kill it all himself. 2 seconds, he rolls it into the corner, and the U.S. advances to the 2021 IIJL World U15 Lacrosse Championship gold medal game tomorrow, with a thrilling 14-13 win over Canada. What a game. Oh, man, if we get 3 more like that, we're getting your money's worth. Thanks for being with us here on Lacrosse Sports Network. Remember, 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight, we have the semifinal between Canada and the U.S. Then tomorrow, we have games at 12 noon and 3 p.m. Those are the gold medal games between the Haudenosaunee and the U.S. in this one, and Haudenosaunee and the winner of the evening matchup in the U17. And there is the celebration from the United States after a huge win. Great game, a well-deserved victory. We will take a break, and we will see you in however long it is till 8 p.m. Thanks for being with us here on the Lacrosse Sports Network. We'll see you soon.